My father never used to see me.
Oh,
Are you willing to work for 12 hours straight for a
okay.
person who was working 16 hours for 1500 rupees, 8 months or 10 months without a day off?
Without going.
I don't believe on the word cuisine. It's tomato from India.
Okay. So you might have traveled and
Yeah,
tasted different kinds of food
yeah.
across India. Which one you like, sir?
I would say that.
How is the actual reality in the kitchens? You see, there's a famous show, you might have heard it, The Bear. I started the first episode. I'm literally feeling stressful just watching it.
My juniors, his name is Avinash, he told me, Chef, just watch it, you'll like it. And then I switched on to it, and I think I binge watched it in one night. I finished the
Is it
whole first.
relatable to you, sir?
Very, very, very relatable. Some of the major restaurants which has Michelin stars and World 50 Best ratings and things like that, these are places which have good quality street food.
Good quality street. Right now, it's getting a little bit interesting when you spoke about non-veg, little bit
Okay.
meat. I want to ask you, sir, which one you love to cook? Vegetarian more or non-vegetarian?
See, I am a guy who was born non-vegetarian, so
Okay.
of course I will love to cook non-vegetarian food as well. But for some reason, one of my favorite restaurants in Bangalore is a full vegetarian also.
Manu, sir, which one?
Burma, I like their
Oh,
food.
Burma, Burma.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
yes.
like their food just for the mere fact it's vegetarian,
Yes, yes.
and still they are able to give tasty food. So
Yes.
that's something over here. It's again. I think I went 3 or 4 years back, and I've not gone back because I'm a hardcore carnivore.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
still, I kind of like that space. I kind of like that space. I would say the food was great. The food was great. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
but it's not like my favorite place to always go. But the food was great, even though it is
Okay.
vegetarian. Yeah,
So you might have traveled and
yeah,
tasted different kinds of food
yeah.
across India. Okay. Which one you like, sir? You have to just say pick three.
Across India,
Yes.
across India, I would say the sambar here in Karnataka. I love the
Karnataka
sambar here
sambar.
in Karnataka.
So how can you say this? You're from Tamil Nadu,
Yeah, I
Chennai.
don't know. I like the sweetness in the sambar.
Sweetness in the
I
sambar.
like the
Okay.
sweetness in the sambar here.
Okay. Okay.
And it I think for 45 days in the beginning, I used to eat, like, have sambar every day.
Every
So
day.
yeah,
Okay.
so that was nice. That was nice. And anything in Kerala is really good. The
Okay.
toddies and the cuttings and the side touchings, they call it.
Okay.
Kakka, which is basically clams there.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Those are really good. But again, India is so diverse. It's
Yes.
called cuisines of India, like Chef Atul Kocharu says.
Yes. Yes.
It's called cuisines of India. It's so diverse. Even 20 kilometers would change the food.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They
20
change
kilometers. Yeah,
minor change. It has impact.
yeah, it has impact. So India is so diverse. If I had to pick a particular region, I would say the Seven Sister States.
Seven sisters. Yes.
Yeah, so that is something which is really nice. That is something which is not explored much in
I guess
terms
it's
of.
untouched treasure of
It
India.
is. It is an untouched treasure. It is an untouched treasure. I don't want the treasure to be exploited, but it is an untouched treasure,
Yeah.
which is really good. So it's one of those regions where sustainability is part of the game itself. Because they are landlocked,
Yes,
and
sir.
they have to eat what they have over there in that part of the world. So they come up with so many ways, because the climate is harsh as well at certain time of the year. So they have so many ways to keep themselves warm, the food which keep themselves warm. They have to take care of their lives as well, because it's very remote, it's far away. So that particular region for me is, I've not been there yet, but I've eaten, courtesy of pop-ups and things like that.
Yes, yes.
I've eaten their food, and I do research and do things in my menus as well, from there. But needs so be, if I have to pick a space, I would say I would want to go do a complete tour on that particular
Seven
space.
sisters.
Yeah, that particular space, and try to understand a little bit more, and get those things over here.
Actually, sir, in my opinion, recently I have tasted the Seven Sisters cuisines. I can't put a pinpoint here. This dish is from here. They are very unique, but they feel a little bit similar. Let's just say a dish from Shillong. It's a rice, jasmine rice with chicken. There's also a similar dish. I don't know. I guess in Nagaland, I guess so. The dish was very similar, same again.
Yeah.
They changed few spices, and it changed everything.
Yeah, it's similar but unique.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like their cuisine is very different from the
Yeah.
rest of the
Yes,
country.
yes, yes,
Let's
yes.
go deep into that.
Yes, yes, you can.
Because they are the region who eats who makes insects part of their food,
Yeah,
as well as pork,
yeah,
as well as beef,
yes, yes.
and but that is very unique from rest of the country.
Yeah, yeah. But again, as because of the geography, I would say,
Mhm.
because of the landlock which
Okay.
they are in, because of survival as well.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so they have to have so many parameters which they have to cover, and that's why it is in
It's
that.
very different.
Yeah, it's very different because we still have all the explorations and all the tomatoes. Everything came over here, and it came through the sea, and that's why we have tomatoes. That's why we
Yes.
have a breed of. Uh, mango which is not even from here. We call it Alfonso.
Alfonso is from
Which
South
is,
Africa. I guess.
yeah, so it's from a Portuguese cardinal, which is not even from here. They named it. They
It's
named
not even
it.
from South Africa.
Yeah, it's cross pollination. It's a different kind of
Different kind of
mango. It's a
fruit,
different kind of mango. We have so many mangoes in here, but everyone around the world says Alfonso, 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 which is a guys over here in India, we don't even care about Alfonso mangoes. We have our own really
we
good
have
ones.
different
Yeah,
kinds of mangoes.
Manganaballis
in-
and
yeah.
Totapuris and Mallikas as well. My favorite is Mallika here, and yeah. So you have different ones. So that's exactly. So they are not tapped into it. They have a separate space where most of these interventions were not there, and that's why they are still unique,
Still unique.
and still really enticing for us to go pay a visit.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's quite beautiful too.
Nice.
You should pay a
nice.
visit, sir.
I should.
And next question I want to ask, sir. According to you, which is the most underrated cuisine in India and in international level?
Cuisines of India, underrated cuisine. As I said, I don't believe on the word cuisine
Okay, yeah.
itself.
Okay, for the normal people,
yeah,
sir.
I don't believe on the word cuisines itself. But underrated cuisines to everyone is their own.
Is there one?
To everyone is their own.
Okay.
So I won't say anything which is underrated. It's somebody has to just put their hands up and say that I want to promote this particular space, this
Space,
particular
yes.
cuisine. Those are, again, this is something which I go back and I pull it back from other chef friend who says we are all fighting for the word cuisine.
Yes, yes.
We just have to embrace diversity,
Diversity.
and just appreciate that.
Yes.
Let's not fight cuisine.
Over the cuisines.
Yeah, let's not
But
fight
that's
cuisine.
something we have in India, sir. We always have this feeling, our cuisine is much better, our state food is much better. But
No, the way how it works for me, I'll tell you pretty
Mm-hmm.
clearly. If I want to go to North India, I will love the food there in North India.
yes, yes.
If I come over here, I will love the Bisibalabat. I will go to the Vivipuram. I will love what's here. I will go to Sivaji Nagar. I will love what's here. If I go to Chennai, I would love what's there in Chennai. So I think my initial days of me traveling around and experiencing food at so many different places opened me up in such a way how to appreciate the uniqueness of those places as well. So for me, I don't want to get into the wars of cuisines.
Okay.
I think for everyone, it's their own.
different.
It's their own. There is no cuisine which is underrated or overrated and things like that.
Yeah.
I just want to accept food as food.
Food as food.
Yeah.
So if you have to have an itinerary from morning breakfast, lunch, dinner, evening snacks in Bangalore, what would be your favorite spots?
Oh, my favorite spots in Bangalore for morning, lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yeah.
Oh.
In case if you have a snack spot also.
No. Dinners would be late night dinners.
Okay.
Okay. There is this small little place opposite ITC Gardenia,
Okay.
which it's called Kentucky Chicken.
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Kentucky, not
Kentucky, not
Kentucky.
Kentucky, Kentucky.
Okay.
It's like late night when the lights are all off, they will
Okay.
give a chicken curry, which you
Okay.
will not know where the chicken is, with a dosa there on top.
Oh.
So it's like dosa and chicken curry. It's like a small little hole in the wall kind of a space. I'll start from there. That's like my last food.
Okay.
Yeah. My early morning, I would say there was once I had an idli in Chickpet.
Chickpea.
Early morning idli.
Okay.
Early morning idli with chutney. That was really, really,
May I
really
know
good.
the name, sir?
Chickpet idli, it's under that
Under that lane.
yeah, that lane there. They had there, a lot of people were there early morning at 4:30, 5 o'clock or something like that. So that's my space. But off late, I like the most. It's not the most hyped up place. I would say I love the food there. Kopitiam, which is the Malaysian space,
Okay.
because it's the kopi and the other things. I love the breakfast over there, and lunch is a very tough one. There are a lot of places for
Okay.
lunch here.
Give us three, sir.
Give you three. I love a good meal at Nagarjuna.
Favorite.
Yeah. And there's a space, small little space called Nati Sogudu in
Okay.
up. So there they give muddes
Oh,
and
yeah.
basaru chicken.
Okay.
That's one space. There's another one which I like the most, which is Uttar Kannada food, which is jola roti,
Jola rotis and all, yes, sir.
and all those condiments, uchellu and things like that, dantin soppu and things like that. This is on the other side as well. I forgot that particular name as well, but this is what they give as well. It's full vegetarian, by the way.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, these are the three spots. But then after that, you have so many places in Bangalore for beers and small snacks as well.
Yes.
So that's a different segment altogether. So yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful, sir. So I'm a Telugu guy. I come from Andhra. Have you tasted Andhra food, or you
You
had?
you have rentions of it all over.
Okay.
So we have something called Amaravati in Chennai, which is a long lasting Andhra food place.
Okay.
Yeah, and then yes, I've tasted. I've been to Hyderabad. I've tasted places with chapla pulusu and
That's
you know
amazing.
Guntur chicken they call it,
Yes,
which
yes.
I learned from you. There's nothing
Yes,
called
sir.
Guntur chicken.
There's nothing called Guntur chicken. Everyone who's watching, there's
Yeah.
nothing called Guntur chicken.
Yeah.
They just made it up.
So yeah, that's something. So but chapla pulusu, the gonguras and things like that. I've been to. I love the biryanis in Hyderabad. By the way, each biryani is their own. Hands down, the best biryani place in India is Hyderabad. No matter what.
Any specific spot?
No, see, this again for one of my interviews. This was way back in 2010, I think. I went for an interview for a cruise liner. I cracked this interview, and then I wanted to come out of it. And when I came out of it, I went to this place called Paradise at that time. At
Paradise,
that time,
yes.
Paradise was not there, and I went to this Paradise, 2 decks, bought a biryani with a tandoori chicken, had myself. But then now I have a lot of other places. Mayfair is another good
Yeah,
biryani.
Mayfair is
Yeah.
good.
So I've had good biryanis, but there is always a small little tussle or a war. Chennai biryanis or Hyderabad biryanis. Chennai, you pull the windshield, you will get different aromas of biryanis when you pass through that triplicane space
Yes,
alone. Different biryanis there as well. But yeah, so that's
Which one would you pick, sir? Hyderabadi or Chennai?
Hyderabadi.
Definitely.
No matter
End of the
what.
debate, guys.
Yeah. No matter what, it's Hyderabadi. Hyderabadi has some amazing biryani. But yes, I'm a Chennai boy, so heart resonates over there. There are a few places which try to come up, but then after some time, and then there's very recently one other friend of mine. He introduced a biryani called Shaib's biryani. That was really good as well. His name was Muhammad Ali. So he introduced a biryani which was small, which was nice. That I felt was the closest to being the best biryani in Chennai.
In Chennai.
So when they come up, that's a good biryani. That's a really really good biryani. Yeah. So that's my
Okay,
take.
okay.
Yeah.
This is all making me too hungry now, actually.
Yeah.
All right, sir. All right, sir. Let's jumping into the much more serious note. How is you have worked across the world? You know, you worked in USA, KL, here and there. You constantly travel. How is the actual reality in the kitchens? How is Indian kitchen is different from the westerns when you're working there?
Kitchen on the whole is a very demanding place.
Okay.
Right. First, as I told you before itself, the long hours. That's the first one you start off with. My brother, younger brother, his name is Richardson. He also wanted to be in the hotel field.
Okay.
He comes inside and he goes on to studying bartending as well, and he wants to be a bartender.
Okay.
He goes on to work, and then after few months he says, I am missing my weekends.
Yeah.
I am missing my Saturday, Sunday offs. And then he jumps out of it. And right now he's very successful. He's doing something else as well, which has kept him happy, and he's able to do it. But yeah, not a lot of people actually take this as a profession and grow into becoming one. I had 37 people who was with me.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would say in my batch, I would say there's only 3 or 4 who's still in the industry. It is very demanding because of the mere fact it's a service industry.
The service, and yes.
Yeah, you have to be day in and day out. Yeah, you have to sacrifice quite a lot. This is, I'm only talking in terms of male.
Male.
But when it goes to female, there's a complete different dynamics to it. Yeah, female as they grow, there's a pressure of them getting married, kids, and all those things would come in as well. So yes, there are it's in every industry,
Yes,
but in this it's a little bit more because it's physically demanding as well.
Okay. And
Yeah,
that's why you don't see many
yeah,
female
you won't see many female chefs who stick on, but also the mere fact it is day in and day out doing the same thing again and again, but at the same time there's a lot more of mental stress as well, which keeps on piling up over your head.
Oh.
Yeah,
Is
so
it mentally challenging or physically challenging, or it both?
it is a mix of both, I would say.
Okay.
It is a mix of both. What I am seeing these days is places in Scandinavia and other places have gone to this 4-day work format and things like that.
Yes,
There are few Michelin star restaurants which work like 4 days.
Wow.
So they work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is off, Saturday, Sunday, and again
Wednesday.
yeah, so it's like that. Saturday, Sunday, then again Monday, Tuesday off. So they have like a 4-day work week, which they have. So they do that as well, which is happening. There are some restaurants like us at Farmlore now. We are doing a 5-day work week because it's people. It's about people. We have to take care of our staff first before we take care of the guests.
Yes.
So I think a 5-day work week, which was not heard of before, is what we have started at the moment. And also we close down our restaurant every 4 months for 10 days just to give a small little break for everyone, where they are completely switched off of what they are doing, because it's people's personalities which transcends into passion and food.
Wow.
So that's something which I think which would work, and I think it's the way to go forward as well in terms of how we do.
That's a great line, sir, what you have told. One more thing, sir. See, when you see this is a famous show, you might have heard it, The Bear.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes.
You know, I started the first episode, and I watched the first 2 episodes. I haven't yet to finish it.
Okay,
First 2 episodes, I'm literally feeling stressful just watching it.
just watching it. Okay.
So, is it really depicted, as it is, how it's there in the kitchen when you're cooking, or they just add it for the, show?
No, to be honest with you, I was apprehensive to see the bear first.
Okay.
Okay, and I think it was one of my juniors. His name is Avinash. He's right now not here. He's in the US. So he told me, chef, just watch it, you will like it. And then I switched on to it, and I think I binge watched it in one night.
Damn.
I finished the whole
Is
whole
it
first.
relatable to you, sir?
Very, very, very relatable.
my God.
And especially in the US, it was highly relatable as well. And you would see characters like that. You would see kitchen politics. You would see the dynamism of business and things like that, which would transcend into an episode or a serial or a soap opera.
Yes,
Which
yes,
was there,
exactly.
it was entertaining as well.
Yeah.
For people on the outside, it was entertaining. For people on the inside, it was even more entertaining. I was gripped onto it, and I was able to but right at the end, I did not. I There was a lot more real chefs who came into it.
Okay.
Yeah, it made it really nice, but at the same time, it made it a little bit subtle as well.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
the
so
this.
but it gave the hardships. It gave about people's egos. It gave about how people treat others as well. Because for some reason we have all seen a chef yelling at the kitchen.
Yes,
Yeah,
got
I
it.
don't want to name a show, but a chef yells at the kitchen. Yeah, yelling at the kitchen. And when we have this particular space at Farmlore where no one's yelling and everybody is just doing their job just by itself, people ask us, I love your kitchen. Is this how a kitchen will always be? Do you guys shout? So it's a different, you know, way of how media is portrayed. But at the same time, you can have the kitchen much more subtle as well. At the same time, there are certain characters who take it a little bit more into their heart and not know about how your fellow people would feel and treat them as well. So there is a fine line which we have to build and have them nurture
them,
into
yes,
that. Yeah, so it's all about everybody's personality and how we are going to dwell on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up watching the Hell's Kitchen show
That's
on
that's the show
TLC.
which I do not want to tell the name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I used to think that that is horrible, I thought, every head chef is gonna be like that.
Yeah.
And is it true?
No, not every head chef is like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Not every head chef is like that. I'll be very honest with you. I am much more approachable in my terms, and whoever I am training, whoever I am recruiting at the moment, I want them to empathize and understand. At the end of the day, we are all earning a living.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we are all earning a living. Why do we have to shout at that particular person, or why do we have to throw? It's if the other person takes it professionally, it's good. But if the other person takes it personally, it's not good for him nor for you. So we have to draw that small little line and how to treat professional as well as personal as personal. At the same time, respect everybody and nurture that calmness in the kitchen as well. I think you can do a lot of things by being calm and quiet than being arrogant and
Aggressive.
yeah.
So is this coming from a place where you have faced hardships in your early age, now that you are nurturing whoever's in your workspace?
Yes and no, I would say.
Okay.
But yes and no. Yes would be the typical answer. Yes, I have gone through few people as well, but at the same time, I also had few people who would console me, who would say, "This person is like that. Don't worry about it. At the end of the day, what is your goal? Keep that in your mind and go with that." So there were a lot of people who were helping me as well. There would be one bad apple in that situation.
Yes, yes.
So that one bad apple could be a domino effect as well
Yes,
by
sir.
pushing everything down. But it's about how you maneuver around it, how you understand people, and be there and do things what is good for you as well as what is good for that organization as well. Yeah.
So you have mentioned kitchen politics, or how the business comes in between. Is it the same thing in India too?
Yes, at the end of the day, we are all making numbers. We are all working for money.
No, I'm talking about the kitchen politics. Let's just say dark side of the culinary industry.
Yeah, the dark side of the culinary industry. What is portrayed and what is being shown outside of India is what it is there.
There.
In India, it's a little bit subtle, I would say. It's a little bit lesser because we are still people who follow ethics, who have culture at our shoulders, and who have a little bit of respect to seniors as well. So there are a lot of great hotels and restaurants who have created that system where people are much more nicer to seniors and things like that. It's not like what you see on Bear.
Bear or the shows.
Yeah, it's not like what you see on Bear. It's a lot different here in India, I would say. But at the same time, you do tend to come across certain characters here and there.
Here and there.
Yeah, you
It's there
tend to.
everywhere.
It's there everywhere. You can't take out a bad apple. The bad apple will always be there in one box. So
But sir, coming to India, people tend to prefer much more street food.
yeah,
Definitely. And you yourself have told that you love street food.
yeah.
Is it the same scene over there, or the distinction has created in only in India?
No, I'll some of the major restaurants which has Michelin stars and World 50 Best ratings and things like that, these are places which have good quality street food.
Good quality street food.
Exactly. Singapore, for example, it has a good hawker style market there. Like
Yes,
there's a
yes.
lot of hawker markets there. So the food is really good there. Tokyo,
Yes,
again, food is great there. Bangkok, Thailand has a lot of has some Michelin star restaurants, but at the same time, their street food is on the highest levels.
Yes,
So
yes.
even New York, for that matter, you have good enough places to grab a pizza or to grab a meal over there at any point of time. So any country which has a good sound street food will have good restaurants as well.
Restaurants as
Yeah,
well.
so it works on two ways.
It's on
So
two
it
ways.
works on two ways. So I would say the basic dynamism of food and creating a palate or training your palate how to eat better food, I would say it starts from street foods itself. Yeah, so for us, why Bangalore is so great is because of the dosas and the idlis which we eat here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so
Definitely.
that's I would say every single sagar is a testimony to that. Yeah.
Exactly. So, mentioning about the hierarchy you have mentioned, is it the same in India too?
The hierarchy, in fact, the hierarchy in the kitchen, yes, you have an hierarchy in the kitchen. You have someone who is like a co-founder or a founder in the first thing to start off with, and then you have chefs, and then you have chefs who are hired in terms of their experience or their ability to contribute to that particular organization. I have a different kind of way of recruiting people. I want to see what they can offer more than what their CV
The
offers.
CV offers.
So it is a different way of recruitment for me because that's what I've learned. I want them to see what kind of music do they listen to, who's the football, what's their football manager like? Do they have a fantasy football league which they are doing? And do they watch movies? Do they go into music? Do they do these things? I fall under different levels in terms of recruiting for my space. But there are people who do these recruitment in much more nicer way and who train these people in much more nicer way as well. But again, to one of its own, I would say. So the hierarchy is there. This is the hierarchy which we have in our kitchen. I believe in a kitchen where there is not much of hierarchy, which is much more freestyle. But in India, we still have the hierarchy in bigger what you call hotels.
hotels,
They have an organization chart where it's the executive chef is the first one, and then you have the sous chefs or the executive sous chefs. Then you have CDPs or restaurant in charge chefs or section in charge chefs. Then you have the apprentices and cooks and the stewards.
Is it
and other
much
one.
more similar like a climbing a corporate ladder?
It is. It
is
is.
much
It is. It is much more similar. Yes, it is. It is the same. It is exactly the same. So when I started, I was an apprentice. The first job which I get, unfortunately or fortunately, this whole hierarchy thing is borrowed from the French dynamics,
Okay.
the French culinary brigade dynamics. So they have something called commis to start off with. Then there's commis 2, sorry, commis 3, commis 2, commis 1. Commis 1 being the closest, then he becomes a demi chef de partie, or then he becomes a chef de partie, then he becomes a sous chef, then he becomes an executive chef. So this is the hierarchy which a typical French brigade has given to the whole world.
Okay, okay. So everyone follows that French.
Yeah, everybody follows that same French style in terms of international restaurants, in terms of acclaimed restaurants, or in terms of hotels and places like that. But I won't see it in smaller places. But any restaurant which is little bit on an
the
upper
higher side.
pedestal, yeah, so they follow this hierarchy. They follow this hierarchy, yeah.
So, what is your take on this artificial demand being created for restaurants? You have to book a table, at least 6 months prior or 1 year prior. There is this place called Naru in Bangalore itself. You don't get a table at least for 1.5 year.
I would say it's again it's what they want to put it out there, what you want to be seeing, and they control the limited amount of seats. Even I do that as well. So we cater to only 18 people a day, 18 for lunch and 18 for dinner, not more than that. So it's a market which we are closing it down, and an experience which we are giving is a 3-hour experience, so we can't run two seatings.
Yes, yes.
So that's why we have that particular time there as well. But where And again, there are spaces because there's too much of demand. They are in the center of the city. So when they want to control and give people only for certain amount of people at this certain amount of time, they put that tabs around it.
Okay.
So it helps in the marketing as well. It also helps. The major thing is it helps in the quality.
Terms on the quality. Okay.
It helps in the quality. It helps in giving a seamless experience for every single person coming along. Yes, at times we might find it overboard. It's overburdening us
Yes,
ourselves as well. Why do we have to spend 3 days, 3 weeks prior to make a reservation? But that's something which they are giving to you.
They're trying to cater an experience.
Yeah, they're trying to cater an experience. But again, it completely depends. If you're trying to create an experience, then it is that. But when you have this demand for these small little spaces, then again that itself is an experience.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's a different dynamics which we are talking about. But yeah, we also see this. Every time we see this place sold out, we also have that curiosity that we want to go there. We want to go there. Let's plan at least 2 months prior.
months prior.
And when you book that 2 months prior, what happens? That slot is already taken. So naturally, there's a demand which has been happening. Yeah. So that's a different dynamics to operate. At the moment, India is just stepping into it.
Yes,
I would say it's very prominent in Eastern European countries.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, in Western European countries, it's pretty prominent there. Spain, UK, the Nordics, it's pretty common. There are some restaurants which are booked out for 3 months in advance or 4 months in advance as well. There are some places which are booked out for a year also. So it's pretty common in that part of the world. We are just now stepping into it.
Just now entering.
Yeah, just now entering. Yeah.
I'm like, I tried to get a reservation, and some of my friends are like, just forget it. Just forget it. The waiting list is somewhere near close to 1 year.
Yeah, that's the waiting list, but you will have that's a different dynamics altogether, right? They have the speed finger
Yes, exactly.
early morning at that's a different dynamics altogether. But again, it's what works for each and every person. Yeah, we have a different way of doing it. It's like you can book any time for the next 1 year. So people normally don't have that kind of a notion. Even today, even this time when we're talking, we're talking this on a Saturday. I still have 2 seats left for tomorrow, which I had posted today in the morning that I have 2 seats for tomorrow. And in the morning, someone sent me a message and said I need to take the 2 seats. So we sell that out. So if you plan it much more ahead, and you know when your birthday is going to come, you know when your anniversary is going to come, so you block it in that way, it works. So you just have to have a little bit of patience and find a way how to maneuver the system. So immediately giving it up is like telling yourself that I'm not going to get this iPhone.
Yes, yes.
It's something like that. Yeah.
Sir, I want to ask this one thing. There is this taboo still, I feel like still it's there in India, where if someone, men is not supposed to cook. It's a women's job. Okay. And if someone is pursuing a career, I love to cook and I want to become a chef, everyone gets judgmental looks.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna do this for your life as a career. Because I'm raising this question because I have a friend who studied with me, and he was the one who's supposed we met for a reunion or something. He's doing hotel man. He loves cooking. He's studying in Hyderabad, I guess so.
Okay.
And when he came to the reunion, everyone, including women too, made jokes on him. So it's not only, I feel like, of course, that is slowly that taboo is disappearing, but it's still there. Do you think there has been considerable change from your time? Did you face anything like that?
Unfortunately, I did not face anything of that sort, nor I did come across that kind of ill treatment or things like that. Everybody saw me as he has so much of talent, he could do something there.
Wow.
He will do something there. And the very first time I told that I'm going to be someone like my uncle traveling around the world, none of my friends said no or anything like that. Even I still have that group and I post about that. So they all see me as a chef. For some, it's like a celebrity.
Yes, yes,
So
definitely.
the status in the last 10 years have changed.
Has changed.
Has changed. There are a lot of chefs who have come into like Sanjeev Kapoor
Yes.
or Vineet Bhatia, all these people have just changed the whole way of how chefs are these days.
Yes, exactly.
They are more than life kind of a persona there,
Yes,
and
yes.
and the career is not anymore as looked down upon. Like even I
Exactly.
tell my guys, I'm happy to wear a chef coat and walk around. When a doctor can wear his white coat and walking around,
Yes.
why can't I walk around with my chef coat? So that's
Yes,
it's like the things which I tell my guys. We should be proud of what we are doing. We are in a space where we don't need to go see the doctor itself.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so and we are catering to some of the most biggest guys in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
So our job is something much more beyond. I would not say beyond. I would say it's at least on par with being a doctor or an engineer.
Yes,
So it comes with us, and I think there are certain chefs which have taken this up in a nice little level, and now the chef industry itself is going on a different tangent. Yeah, so
Exactly,
it's
sir.
good.
Because I myself have seen as growing up, the shows about cooking is only from the West.
Yeah.
We used to watch it in TLC
Yeah.
or Discovery something.
Yeah.
Now Indian people are much more interested about having cooking shows.
Now
or
you
all
have
that.
Master Chef on every season.
Every season, yes.
I mean to say Master Chef on every regions.
Every region, yes, exactly.
Yeah, there is a Master Chef in Tamil. There is a Master Chef
Hindi.
in Hindi. There's before we used to only see Master Chef Australia.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, for almost. So now it's changing. Yeah, now it's
I'm
changing.
a person who used to sit and watch MasterChef Australia with my family, entire family. That's a lovely experience. And
We were fortunate enough to host all the three Master Chefs at one time at
That's
Farmlore. So it was like, it was nice. It was nice. Some of the guys who came up, Chef, these are three Master Chefs which we see on TV. Yeah, man, they are eating our food. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So it's one of those things which which we love as well. It's about the same other guests who are coming here. They are other guests who are dining here. Matt raved about the food which he had. He did a post as well and things like that. I said, see, he's equally what you call.
important.
Yeah, he's equally excited.
Excited, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
he's equally excited too. Yeah. So
Okay, that's wonderful, sir. And I want to jump onto this one conversation.
okay,
I was hesitant to ask.
okay.
What is your take on the beef not being accepted wholly in India?
Again, it's a cultural thing, right? We are in a country where we say that, not where we say, where we worship cows and things like that. But the highest amount of exporter of cows is India.
Exactly.
We send our cows to be slaughtered outside of India, so
But we don't do it here.
yeah, we don't do it here. So that's a different question altogether.
Yes,
But yeah, there are certain states in India which still beef is like some of the staples. Like Kerala, you can't take out beef out of Kerala.
Exactly.
Where I grew up, we even till this very day, we cook beef and eat.
Yes,
In a month there is twice in my home there is beef.
yes, yes.
Yeah, and when I was growing up, when I was a kid, in northern part of Chennai, they used to fry tallow. They call it karkal. They used to fry tallow, put it in lotus leaf, and they used to give it like a snack. So it's part there. India is unity in diversity.
Yes.
It's like a country where we have everything and we live harmoniously.
Exactly.
So it's like it's food end of the day, and if that's going to make us stand apart, then I don't know, then we are not human beings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And because why I wanted to ask this question is, see, Northern India, most South India, there are places where
Yeah,
people
yeah.
eat beef. Let's just say Karnataka is there, Tamil Nadu,
Yeah.
Kerala. But then coming to North India, there's completely ban of beef.
Yeah.
But if you see, Gujarat is a place completely bans out.
Okay.
Maharashtra, you see. But if you go to main cities in those states, Ahmedabad or Mumbai, if you go to a really nice restaurant or a cafe or something, you have a beef burger, you have a steak, you have everything there. People are eating and enjoying it.
Yeah.
At the same time, they are going out and they're telling you should not do this.
See, that again, it's moral policing and things like that. We don't want to get into that aspect of it.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, it's food. At the end of the day, it's food.
Yes, yes.
And it's the cultural dynamics or the demographics which dictates that particular area to serve that. It's serving that in that particular area because there is a demand.
Yes,
If nobody has bought it, in a month's time, the restaurant manager or the owner or the or the board is going to take that particular meat off that. It
Yes.
is there because there is a demand.
There's a demand
There is a
actually. Yes.
demand for it. So I don't know how to answer this question,
Yes.
to be
Yes.
honest, but I love eating beef, and
Yes.
we eat beef in Chennai, we eat beef in
What's your
Kerala.
take on Wagyu?
Oh, Wagyu is a different term altogether.
Hmm.
Yeah, the Wagyu is a beef from Japan. It's supposed to be the most tenderest of all because it's got more fat ratio in them.
They call it marbling, right?
The marbling
Yes.
in that. So yeah, and it is, the Miyazaki is one of the most expensive ones, and the cow is massaged and fed really nicely, and they are laced out so that they can develop fat. That fat transcends into marbling, and these are all luxurious items, luxurious
Yes. Yes.
ingredients, which. No, we don't get much Wagyu here in India,
Yes. Yes.
because
Exactly.
it's the import and export is banned. I
Bad.
mean to say, we can't get it from the other places. But yeah, that's a different dimension altogether in terms of
Do
understanding
the
beef.
chefs feel any pressure when they are handling very expensive like caviar or Wagyu, all this? Do you feel any kind of pressure because this is like a rare or this way too expensive ingredient?
I this is a very nice question which I resonate to.
Okay.
When I started my career, I found truffle,
Yeah,
caviar,
truffle too. Yeah.
caviar, wagyu, all really luxurious, and I want to put my hands on it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but after 28 years, I felt a ragi from this place is equally great or even better than those products.
Okay.
It's like how we have marketed it as.
It's just the marketing.
It's just, you tell me if you have not tasted caviar in your life, and I give you a particular caviar, and someone comes and tells you, wow, it's so tasty. The first thing which is going to hit in your mind, this is caviar, and it's like 12 grand or 15 grand for the 30 grams.
Yes. Yes.
So I have to tell him it's tasty.
Okay.
So it's your brain. So the thing which I say is, the French made caviar famous.
Yes.
The Wagyu, Japanese made it famous. Every house in India will have a soy sauce bottle.
Yes. Exactly.
And it's not even from India.
Yes.
It's
Exactly.
not even from India. It's those people who take that as a pride and spread it over here. And we as Indians don't take our ingredients as pride.
Yes. Exactly.
These are ingredients in our territory. In our the first time I ate mudde and mudde muddappa, I love the way how they served mudde. I've never eaten mudde. They put a small little bottle opener at the bottom, like the cover of the bottle
Yes, sir.
at the bottom. They put the plate like this, and a guy came and put a big mudde there. And he said, when I pour the saru will come down, and you have to take this with the saru and eat it.
Eat it.
And it, like, don't eat it, swallow it. So that's how he made me. That's a very special thing. How we are,
Yes,
making people to eat mudde.
Yes.
But these are special things. So to answer your questions, I'm not really fascinated anymore by doing anything which is luxurious, which is from far and wide. It also impacts the atmosphere as well in terms of carbon footprint.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so we want to stay away from that, and I don't want to cook any more of those luxurious.
Sir, it's a quite lovely experience, listening to you, entire journey, your struggles and your experiences and everything. So, if we have to suggest a 20-year-old young guy or girl who wants to become a chef in India, what would be the roadmap?
You want me to give a roadmap? A
Yeah.
roadmap could be different for so many people.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what I've already told you what roadmap worked for me. I would say, if you love something to do, like if you pick that you want to be a chef, I would say travel.
Travel.
Travel around the world, understand cuisines, understand their sensibilities, understand what food is for each person, understand what food is for each geography. There is food which is so different, so diverse, yet at the end of the day we all come and dine
Okay.
in one small little table, more like a communal gathering.
Yes.
Food brings people together as well. At the same time, you need to touch those different cultures which are marked around food. So understand that, and then at the end of the day, do what resonates with you. For me, I would say I will always go back to my roots, and I want to cook from my roots. And then, just be passionate day in and day out. And don't stop learning.
Yes.
Learn every single day until the day I hit the grave. I'll be cooking something new.
It's
So that's
amazing.
something which I want to tell everybody. Reinvent yourself day in and day out,
Yeah.
and look at an ingredient in infinite possibility ways and
Hmm.
create things.
That's
So
amazing, sir.
that's the small little roadmap which I want to give. But again, out of all that, you have to stay passionate,
Hmm.
and most of all, you have to be humble.
Oh, that's amazing, sir. So, if you have to say one thing more than your cooking, which you remember even in this 28 years of journey, do you, when you look back or when you sleep and you just think about everything, do you think about the experiences? Or do you think about the struggles you faced, or the places you get to visit, or the new dishes you have created with your own flavors and with your own style? What is that one thing which satisfies you at the end of the day?
That's one of the topper questions, I would say.
Okay.
There's this small little satisfaction you get
Yes.
when
Yes.
you cook a particular dish for the very first time
Hmm.
and you serve it to somebody who you don't know at all.
Okay.
Okay, the first moment they take it, put it into their mouth, and they say, "Wow, it's nice." Or you could literally see them from your kitchen or from the past where I am, and you see expressions change.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, sometimes it'll be like joy, sometimes it'll be a little bit of happiness, and
Yes.
you could feel that happiness.
Yes.
You are able to touch the other person there without he knowing you or you knowing them.
That makes it all worth
That
it.
makes it all worth it. So that tops me off, I would say. And with all that, if you're able to achieve that, I think you can have a really
Long lasting.
really long lasting career where you'll have fun each and every single day.
Each and every day. That's amazing. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
So see, you yourself are an amazing chef. There's no doubt. Whose food do you love to have cooked by their own hands?
Whose food I love to cook by my own hand, by their own hands. Okay, I'll tell you about this small little story,
Please.
which I would like to end this up with. I have my right hand, who's my right hand is Maitri Iyer. She is
Okay.
my head chef,
Okay.
right? So I am the founder and the chef patron, co-founder and the chef patron, and I have Maitri who's my right hand. So the very first time she made me taste her food.
Yeah.
I tasted what she made was a small sauce which she made, and she made me taste it, and I tasted that sauce, and the moment I tasted that sauce I said, I'm not going to season my food anymore. Seasoning
Okay.
is putting salt.
Yes. Yes.
From now onwards you're going to season my food, Maitri. That's how I said. So Maitri cooks really good food, and I think her food is one of the top one. So I stopped seasoning my food after Maitri came and started working for me. So she's my right hand as well. She's more like my daughter. Yeah, I have an elder daughter as well. I learn a lot from Maitri's way of interacting with me, and I push it to my daughter.
Yes. Yes.
So I love what she cooks because she also puts heart and soul into what she does. So yes, her food is my favorite.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
It must be really hard for someone, to impress you with the food, maybe at your home or someone.
Yeah, no, not really. I'm not a great person in terms of I don't criticize. I take
Okay.
food as how food is,
How food it
and
is.
I if something goes wrong, I deeply understand where it must have gone wrong, and I leave it there.
Leave it
I'm
there.
not the person who would complain at any restaurant or any place.
Okay.
Chefs, they say they are very critical about it. I'm the most easiest person to actually serve to. I am not critical at all. I'm not critical at all. So anybody can cook for me.
Okay.
That's the one thing. But the person who impressed me a lot was Maitri, as I said, yeah.
Okay.
And my father's biryani every single day.
That's Father's Day every
Yeah,
single.
every single time, yeah.
Okay, that's amazing, sir. It's quite lovely to have you here, and
Thanks a lot.
we had an amazing conversation. Learned a lot from you. Keep learning. Keep following your passion. That's something I really resonate with you a lot, and your love for Bangalore as well. Something I can connect you a lot with, and
Yes.
and
But
also we both are lactose intolerant.
no, when I started Bangalore, I was very apprehensive for Bangalore. Like I thought like Bangalore was not the space, but Bangalore surprised me.
Yes.
Now I love Bangalore more than anything, even more than I shouldn't be saying this, even more than Chennai. At the moment, I love Bangalore.
Wow.
So yeah,
So
that's
please look in the camera and say.
no. Yes, that's exactly the truth. I love Bangalore. I love Bangalore these days.
That's
Yeah,
amazing,
yeah.
sir.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. It's been a quite lovely episode we have, and I hope you all enjoyed, and we're gonna come back with much more exciting guests, much more interesting stories. Keep watching. See you at the screens again.